Well, my name is Andy Bosk, and I'm Assistant Director for Counseling Services and Career Services, and this is a joint project that we're putting on for both departments. Each of you is a Manchester graduate, and you're currently in the middle of your job search. I'd like to have you guys just introduce yourselves to me, tell me your name, and what degree that you have completed.
I'm Amy Bricker, and I completed a psychology degree.
I'm Wally Penatani, and I majored in marketing and management with a Bachelor's of Arts.
I'm Jennifer Bell, and I graduated with a minor in criminal justice and a major in social work, and I also have my master's in social work.
Okay, very good. So tell me about what your expectations were when you completed your degree. What did you think you would get out of that?
Undergrad? Just undergrad? Or?
Actually, Jennifer, you may be both.
Undergrad, I was actually hired in a position before I graduated, so that was very nice. I went right into a social work position, stayed there for almost 5 years, and then obtained my master's in the evenings during that employment. And I was looking for more responsibility, more freedom, and a higher pay, which I did receive after graduating with my master's, and worked for a year in a very nice position and then was laid off.
Okay.
Well, I expected to find a job. I've been searching for a job even before I graduated, and after a couple of months of not finding one, I decided to do the Pathways program with Manchester College to not only allow time to apply for jobs and hopefully get one that I would like, but also to see what else was out there. And so during my time in Pathways for the 2 months that I was gone in West Virginia, I had kept applying to jobs even out of state within the Virginia and DC area. And even within those 2 months, I still didn't find any position. And I was very shocked because I thought with not only my degree, but with my experience and skills that I would find at least something. And I know that I wouldn't find a great job, a perfect job that I would like to have, but I would find at least something that I could do to start off with at an entry-level position.
How about you, Amy?
I expected also to have a job or go right into grad school, but grad school got delayed because of deadlines that got missed, and then jobs, I started applying before I graduated, and then still hadn't heard anything. I graduated all summer. I've applied for jobs, and I just haven't got anything yet.
Tell me, how have you changed your expectations in terms of jobs and what type of position that you would take given the difficult job market at this time? Whoever would like to answer that first.
I've actually started even thinking about, instead of doing in my career of psychology, like just doing anything that I can get. I'm kind of like lowering my expectations, because if I've looked all summer for a job in psychology and I haven't got that, I might just have to start somewhere else.
In the beginning of my job search, I started looking for positions within marketing firms, but most of the marketing firms who are looking for people with experience, because at least for me and everyone else here, we're not just competing against college students, but we're competing against those who are laid off and have more experience. And so, as well as Amy, I had to lower my expectations to finding a job in any field, whether it was in administration or social work. And so I've been fortunate enough to meet people to guide me to other fields to look into, but I haven't found anything yet, or haven't found anything at least suitable for myself.
My situation's a little bit different, because I feel like I got a taste of a year of a very well-paying job, meeting my master's education and my experience. So it's been very hard for me to kind of go back down to where I was before. So I'm trying to keep my expectations where they were, and just trying to sell myself a little better than I was before. Instead of it coming to me, I really have to seek them out. So I'm trying to keep my expectations where they were, but obviously they've changed because there's not a lot out there at all. So, yeah.
Okay. Thanks. And then we'll get into the counseling side a little bit here. How has your confidence been affected by successfully completing your degree, but then not being able to find something that meets your expectations?
My confidence is like a roller coaster. One day I'm up because I have a bunch of great friends who will tell me, you'll be great at any position you do, and they have confidence that I'll make something of myself one day with everything that I've done in my past to build up to where I am at now. And then I'll have my low sides where I apply for maybe 20 jobs a day, and I won't even hear for one in a month. And so right now I'm trying to keep a positive attitude that I'll find something, or that maybe even if I don't find something, maybe I'll do volunteering, and that will help me gain a perspective into going into a different field or possibly doing a different job.
Along the same lines as Moala, it's a roller coaster just because, I'm confident that, I graduated, so I have the knowledge at least. I don't have the experience they're looking for, and then it's low, it gets lower because, I'm not hearing back from any of the jobs I've applied for, so I'm starting to think, is it something me? Have I done something that's not, appealing to them? So it's hard.
And we had mentioned before, we talked about that a lot of times places aren't even letting you know whether or not they wanted you for the position. So I don't know how much of an effect that has on you when you don't even hear from them at all.
I call. I need to hear something, because for me, especially after graduating grad school, I had confidence coming out of my ears. I was super excited. I was excited to move forward, and then I did, and I was in a position that I fell in love with. I was very comfortable, very satisfied, felt like I was really doing something with myself. And then to lose that position and have people, I've interviewed and have people say that I'm overqualified. I feel like the employers are trying to get the most bang for their buck right now, and so someone who has 10 years experience over me with a lower degree is going to not be as high on a pay scale as someone with an introductory going in as with a master's. If they do it that way, based on education and things. So to go into an interview and have someone say, well, you're kind of overqualified, and it took me a long time. I mean, I was working full-time and going to school at night, and I was tired for 2 years straight, So for someone to say that, it makes me really feel kind of bad about that. When before I was like, wow, I have my master's, really? I was happy when I graduated from Manchester. I'm like, oh, I have a bachelor's. So to go on was great, and now it's such a different feeling being at home, and not working. I've worked since I was 14, so it's very hard. It really hurts your confidence, I feel like. So
Thanks. Has anything surprised you positively or negatively regarding how you've reacted to this difficult job market and the inability to find a job?
I'd have to say yes and no. Because I was supposed to graduate in 2004 with 2008 with my class, and I still keep in contact with some of them, and some of them are still in the States, some of them are in different countries, and I'll ask them, well, how is the job search going on? And some of them will tell me that it's very hard for them. So I was pretty sure that even when I graduated, I'll have a difficult time finding a job. The length of time for me in applying for jobs and trying to find one, that was surprising to me. Similar to your situation, I've been working since I was 14 years old, and I've gained a lot of experience in different areas, and I've gained different knowledge, and so I would have thought by this time I would have found something, but right now I'm just not surprised at all, so I'm just going to keep on hoping that something will come along the way, or at least the job economy will get better.
Okay. How about you, Amy? Has anything surprised you about yourself?
No, I mean, I've always been a more positive person. I try not to complain. I always look on the brighter side of things. So I'm always thinking, something will come along eventually, But, it's hard to keep telling yourself that over and over and over again. So, I'm just kind of like going through the motions right now because it's hard.